The candidates in Indiana's 2nd Congressional District, covering most of northern Indiana.
Incumbent Jackie Walorski, on the Republican side of the ballot, has been in that 2nd district seat since 2013. Congresswoman Walorski was born and raised in the district. She's got a passion for serving veterans in the area and bolstering the local RV industry. On the other side of the ticket, challenging Walorski, is Democrat Pat Hackett. She has spent 40 years in the district in a variety of roles, from professor to trial attorney. She says she's running to bring the district's interests, like education and healthcare, straight to Washington, D.C.
It is such an honor to stand before you tonight and stand with you as we fight for the values of our country and as I continue to fight for you. I'm a longtime born Hoosier right here. I come from a blue-collar family.
I'm Pat Hackett, and I'm running for Congress because I believe in dignity and justice for all, not the few. And I'm also running for Congress because the House of Representatives is the people's house, and we must reclaim our voice and values in Washington.
Indiana is getting some big financial help to fight the opioid epidemic in rural areas.
In our continuing Addicted America coverage, the opioid crisis continues to plague the country and Michiana.
Elkhart County is continuing to fight back against the opioid crisis.
Our Addicted America coverage continues in Marshall County. The county's health department says they saw a spike in overdoses over Thanksgiving.
Pat Hackett and Jackie Walorski both recognize the opioid crisis as an issue facing the district that requires congressional efforts to relieve. While they agree the issue of people dying and being impacted by opioids needs resolved, they envision different solutions, though they agree that the change must come via legislation. However, aside from the opioid crisis, the candidates agree on nothing else. The rest of their focus issues have very little overlap, and when they do overlap, it is not in the way where the goal outcome is the same. For instance, both have a primary issue regarding guns, but Hackett envisions gun control and Walorski does not. Each of the candidates' priorities seems to follow their party's respective priorities. A quick scan of the Wikipedia pages for each party shows how the issues that the candidate prioritizes fall within the priorities of their party allegiance. Furthermore, both candidates have expressed support of other members of their parties in their candidacy. Jackie Walorski has expressed support for Republican presidential nominee Donald Trump, while Pat Hackett has announced support for Democratic presidential nominee Joseph Biden. There are clear party lines drawn between Hackett and Walorski, and they appear to be relying on their party associations throughout this campaign. One topic that the candidates have aligned themselves along party lines for is the effort to fill Justice Ginsburg's Supreme Court seat and the nomination of Judge Amy Coney Barrett. The two candidates are diametrically opposed to this very close-to-home topic for the district.
This is All In. I'm Matt Pelser. Today we're having a discussion on Supreme Court nominee Amy Coney Barrett, who has some significant ties to Indiana, having graduated from Notre Dame Law School and later serving on the faculty there, as well as editing the Notre Dame Law Review.
With hearings scheduled to start at the beginning of next month, Judge Amy Coney Barrett's judicial record and philosophy will be front and center among Democrats is Barrett's views on the Affordable Care Act. Barrett hasn't ruled on any cases dealing with the ACA, but criticized Chief Justice John Roberts for voting to uphold the law in 2012.
I'm deeply concerned with her extreme views that could take away health insurance for millions, particularly in the context of a pandemic.
Pat Hackett is running for Indiana's 2nd Congressional District seat and is an adjunct professor at the University of Notre Dame. Hackett says on top of her problems with Judge Barrett's legal stances, she says the nomination process is hypocritical. Her challenger, sitting Congresswoman Jackie Walorski, saying,
We can think of no one better qualified to serve on the nation's highest court than our fellow Hoosier Judge Barrett. Her record as a law professor and appellate judge demonstrates her first-rate legal mind and her unwavering commitment to constitutional principles. She graduated summa cum laude and first in her class at Notre Dame Law School, clerked for Justice Antonin Scalia, and returned to her alma mater as a highly respected professor. In 2017, she was confirmed by the Senate on a bipartisan vote as judge on the 7th Circuit Court of Appeals, where she currently serves. Finally, Judge Barrett is a woman of faith and a dedicated mother of 7. Given her impeccable credentials, she should be qualified and confirmed without delay.